I love being a concierge health coach. Love it. But what I realized over the past 3 days is that I need to be better at taking my own medicine, specifically on emotional well being, stress management, managing anxiety, and I guess the recovery part of health and fitness, where it's much easier for me to push through things, exercise and ride my bike and lift weights and eating well, but I don't do a good enough job of unplugging. So I make sure that all of my clients have scheduled days off. And actually, for my concierge coaching clients, I'll have days that are on their training calendar that's just labeled chill, and I don't do that very well. But I am working on that. So in this behind the scenes clip of Coach Aaron behind the scenes, there's the truth in advertising, pulling back the curtain that I don't do a good enough job, or it's just room for improvement to unplug more because I feel really good right now, and in no, it's not an accident that I feel really good right now. It's because I've unplugged and not trained and not worried about it, and been nature bathing or forest bathing, as they say, and it feels really good. And I haven't even slept super great. I mean, we've been sleeping in this amazing vehicle, which got us up to this near peak to a mountaintop here. It's rugged, but despite not sleeping very well for the past couple of nights, I still feel really good. And I realize that it's because I've unplugged. So I am excited to get back at it. And I think maybe that's part of it too. Like, I'm really looking forward to, actually tomorrow I've got an interval session on the bike, which normally I quite dread. And I'll probably dread before going into it because it's so friggin' hard. Not very long in duration. It's just super challenging. But I'm stoked to do it. Stoked to get back at it. I was kind of running on fumes the last week or so leading up to this trip intentionally. I think I mentioned that in some of my other episodes of this, on how I was coming into this trip specifically kind of on an empty tank. I just want to kind of leave it all out there so I could really take advantage and fully recover and not really be kind of preoccupied with like, oh, I should be out there training, I should be out there doing something. So it has worked out. But I think that the take home message for me, the lesson for me, is to do the same thing that I do for my concierge coaching clients, that it is a matter of having a plan, having a strategy that is custom, that takes into account lean muscle mass, it takes into account cardiovascular health and VO2 max and nutrition and macronutrients and sleep and recovery and emotional well-being. And I kind of tend to fade off on the whole emotional well-being thing. I think that it kind of takes care of itself. And to some extent, all those pillars of Healthspan, those pillars of health and performance, I mean, they definitely are related. But I am just reminded that I need to not really do less of my exercising, obviously, but I think I need to kind of hone in a little bit more on the emotional well-being side. And even it's been great having some great conversations with my wife out here, just trying to fine-tuning life, reassessing things as we always do. And I think that the key for me is going to be kind of pruning out or filtering out a couple things, these little kind of side projects that I have an opportunity to do that may or may not pan out, but take up definitely some headspace and some time. And I think I'm just going to kind of axe that stuff, really stay focused on a few major big projects that I really want to be working on, not the least of which is coaching and taking care of my clients, which I love doing, and obviously taking care of myself and my family. But I think that's the lesson for this day. It's still early in the morning. We're about to start rolling down this massive hill, rocky, rocking and rolling kind of hill. But yeah, I am not going to train today. Tomorrow we'll be back on the bike, and it's going to start getting after it again. But I'm super motivated, super happy for taking the time to unplug. Hopefully you do the same thing. Hopefully you're better than I am at the balancing of things. But I suppose part of the reason doing this behind the scenes, pulling back the curtain on what a coach actually does, as far as taking his own medicine, is just to kind of be honest and say yeah, I suck at some of these things, and I know what I should and shouldn't be doing because I do all the research on it, and I coach people and tell other people what to do, but I don't always do what I would suggest other people do. I'm going to work on that. So I want to be exceptionally strong and healthy for my age, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job, but there's always room for improvement. And I need to be my own concierge coach and have a plan and having a strategy and having goals that are not just working out today or tomorrow or this week, but like, months and years, what I want to be able to do. So that's what I'm going to do. Make a better plan for myself, stick with it. And if you have any questions about how to make a plan or coming up to an awesome place like this for a hike to drop out, send me a message. All right, see you.